Fantastic music. Women of Faith worship team. Brand new day. It is happening on Family Radio 316 station where the music does the talking. 7 that to 2, meaning it's time for our morning inspiration for the day. Now, it was a bad season. Absolutely bad. All the farmers were complaining. All of them had incurred losses that were just unimaginable. And this particular farmer was in such distress and he was wondering, what do? I don't even have enough from this harvest to plant in the next season. And as he was slowly just walking around his farm, just thinking about his losses, he came across this amazingly healthy soybean plant. I mean, it looked like what? The seeds were huge. And so he carefully just harvested it and took the seeds. They weren't that many seeds, but amazingly, all of them were just looking awesome, healthy, strong. And so he put them in a container and he put them aside and he dried them as he just thought about next season, what do? Now, come the next season, he took those seeds and he planted them in his kitchen garden. They weren't that many, but he took good care of them, dried them out, make sure they were ready for planting in the next season, and so he planted them. And that season came, and he reaped quite a good harvest comparing how few the seeds were. He reaped quite a good harvest from his kitchen garden. And guess what? He decided, no, I'm not going to consume them. I will do the same thing. I will dry them out and then plant them the next season. And so came the next season, and he planted them on a bigger piece of land and waited for a whole season. They grew, they did well. The harvest was unimaginable. I mean, quite a big harvest. And he thought, you know what? I'm still not going to touch them. Dry them out, plant them next season again, everything. And he did this several times. And at one point, he was able to plant his whole farm with seeds from this one soybean plant. And the harvest that season was unlike any other harvest he had ever harvested in his entire life as a farmer. The power of the seed is what I'm talking to you about today. Many times we pray for something and God gives us a seed, but sometimes we don't have the wisdom to differentiate between the seed and food. And sometimes we end up eating our seed instead of waiting it out, being patient, taking it through the process again and again and again, giving it the opportunity to multiply. We consume it and then we go back into our prayer closet to pray for more. What seeds has God put around you? You know, the thing with seed is you have to invest time and patience into it. You have to cultivate the land. You have to throw in the seed. It's a risk because unless a seed falls to the ground and dies, it abideth alone. And that's the risk many sometimes don't want to take. Cultivating the land, throwing in the seed in there, nurturing it, allowing it to grow through the process of time so that it can bear more fruit, and then doing it again and again and again. There are people who do that with their money. You know, delayed gratification. They're able to hold back, invest again. Hold back, invest again. Then there are those with the little that they get. They don't think about throwing it back into an investment. They think of consuming it, and then we'll pray for more tomorrow. I hope you and I will have wisdom like the farmer to take what seems small and significant and to invest in it and to allow the process of time and patience take its course, and multiplication will be the effect. That's our inspiration for today. Hope it inspires you. 24 minutes before we get to 8 o'clock. Keep it locked on to Family Radio.
Have you ever dreamt, wished, or